Okay, so in this module, we're going to be talking about selecting the best agent to sell your home, or selecting the best process to sell your home. And conceivably, you could use the best process for a week, and then if you didn't hit your results, if you didn't, as in the last chapter we talked about selling your home for between fair market value and the maximum likely value, if you don't hit that number, or even more specifically, if you don't hit the nets that derive from those numbers, then you could switch out very quickly. I'd say no more than a week or two to the best listing agent in your area. So we're going to talk a little bit about that right now. And because it's come up right now, the real estate market's been gyrating. There's a lot of fear about coronavirus. So I'd say more than ever, you or your agent should be able to evaluate buyers based on their ability to close without the stock market being strong, without being rejected by fearful lenders. Like I noticed, even when refinancing my own homes, the process can grind to a halt when the lender's unsure about whether you're not saying the top 10% of strength. Like I'm sure they still close with people like, I've got $1 million in the bank and all I need is an $800,000 loan. I'm just doing it for the tax reasons. They probably show those numbers to whoever their investment pools are, and boom, it happens. But if you're on the edge, you're buying $1 million home, you've got some credit card debt, your job, it maybe not even that secure in this type of environment. They do seem to pause. I know that because I work for myself, although my wife also has a good job. I know that they seem to pause because I'm self-employed when times are a little shaky. So I wouldn't sell to a realtor during this time unless the markets are really collapsing and he's doing a lot of short sales. I would probably not sell to someone who's showing you their down payment is in stock and they're saying we'll be selling these, or they're about to get stock options that are going to be able to be exercised, and they're going to get they're going to have the money to buy your home during that 30-day period. I would also make sure that there was far more money in the bank than the deposit, so that that those debt to asset ratios are likely to be looking good at their lender. I would also, if you or your agent is confident in a lender lending during the process, I would also have to ask that buyer to also work with one of those lenders are lending. Here's a little tip for that. I would call the escrow companies in your area and find out which lenders are still closing on time. That's one of the biggest tips I learned back then when I was buying a home for myself, right? Make sure you've got lenders who are performing. Get your buyers to those lenders, even if it's just as a backup. A lot of buyers and agents have their best friends. If those guys can lend, great. Have them be prepared to be backed up with someone whose company is closing. So that's just tip number one, straight up. An agent who can evaluate buyers with you. 2, it makes sense. Buyers, I said plural, so you need an agent that can develop multiple offers and has done it before in all sorts of markets. Now, like even the down short sale market, if you priced your homes well, you would frequently get multiple offers. Every agent knows that now. That's why they all say price at or below the market. If you price your home well or below the market, you'll probably get multiple offers, especially if you say we're going to be showing the homes on Saturdays between 2 and 4. You do some Facebook marketing, you do some YouTube marketing, you do some local marketing. If you get 10 or 15 people coming to your home, you should get at least one really good offer and some other offers out of there. So what you do, if you followed our pricing process, you already do this ahead of time. You derive your fair market value price, your maximum likely selling price, your list price, and then your own private price that I have people email to themselves. And if you get an offer from a buyer your agent evaluates as strong, you then can have all the other buyers say, hey, we're going to be selling Sunday night. We're already here at this level. If you're interested in making an offer, we're going to give every buyer an equal chance to purchase this home. You don't have to be working with me, the realtor. We're going to talk to each of the buyers. We're going to let you know where the prices are, and you're going to have a chance to be considered as one of the final 2 buyers. You can even say, look, we're at a number that's okay. Now, we might think it's a little below perfect market value, but we want to sell our home, so we want a strong buyer. You might even say a buyer who can show. You don't want to coach them too much. You want a strong buyer. You say we're going to be combining strong buyer versus price, or whatever you're looking for that weekend, and then play the strong buyers against each other. Now, what does this require? To me, this requires an agent who sold 20 or 30 homes. They know how to do these things, especially if they've been around for a while and they sold in the last down market. That's one of the first requirements I would have in a shaky market. An agent who knows how to sell in tough markets, knows how to sell in up markets. And sometimes up markets are more difficult. A down market, you might just say, look, your home's worth this much. Let's go a little bit under. Let's have a big open house weekend, and we'll sell to a buyer. If you really need out, I mean, you have to go there. You have to be aggressively priced. We're not there yet. I'm just saying if it's happening when you're seeing this video and you're needing to sell fast, you got to talk to agents that know how to sell in down markets. So discount agents, unless they've sold 20, 30 homes themselves, unless they talk to you about how good they are with the buyers, how good they are with the multiple offer process, I would never pick a discount buyer over the top realtor in my area who sold 20 or 30 homes and communicate to you a top selling process. Because in my experience, talking with homeowners who've been calling me, referring them out, knowing the stats that prices sell for less than four, if we're assuming that the list price is the fair market value at the time, as almost all realtors tell you to do, and in Southern California, they're selling at 97 and 98% of that value, even with multiple offers, the average home sells for less than the list price. So the average realtor, or the average sale, presumably from the average realtor, is doing not, it's easy. You get some offers in, you have them up, come a few $1,000s, you sell the home. I mean, that's why you're seeing homes selling first, second, or third day. The better process is to work with a great agent who brings in an offer in, once it's strong, shops the other offers for a week, and then sells your home to the strongest buyer with the strongest bid. You need to talk to agents that know how to do that. That's not going to be too many discount. You need a strong representative who's got experience. We'll help you do that. We'll make sure their process is good. You can go to the next chapter in one of the next modules, set up a strategy session with me. We'll go over your disclosures. We'll talk to you about your pricing goals. We'll talk to you about what sort of realtor you're thinking about hiring. We'll help you hire the best realtor in your area. We'll make sure the process is good. We'll be there as a second choice for you, a second opinion for you, and we'll negotiate a substantial discount on that realtor's fees for you. When we do that as part of this process, because we can seek a strong referral fee, and we'll share some of that fee with you. It'll be very reasonable, and it's the best of both worlds. So that's what we're doing. So if you're already in the course, you can just go to that module at any time. You know, we can do all the work. If you just want to go right in and say, look, I saw all these videos. I'm not willing to do all that work. I just want to get it with a great realtor. Boom, we'll do it. Now, if you're seeing this on YouTube or Facebook, just go to winnerscheck.com and sign up for the Home Sellers Workshop. We'll start it off with the disclosure module where every sale should start, whether you're selling to a professional buyer, a Zillow, an iBuyer, one of the local fast dollar people. Having those disclosures done is one of the keys to improving your net for multiple reasons I've talked about in other videos. One, it sets buyers' expectations. Two, it gets them to open up their wallets if they find you as credible after doing their investigations or seeing their home themselves. If they're involved in multiple offers, it just allows them to spend money because you've done the things that help them eliminate objections if they evaluate you as credible, and you should, and that's why your disclosure should be done well. Finally, if we've done it together, now we put in work together, and now I'm seeking a referral. Agents just don't mind it at all. Then I've never had an agent turn down a referral. I only seek referrals. I think they're going to be successful, but it helps you get a stronger referral. So maybe instead of getting a 30%, we get a 40%. Sometimes we can go up to 50%. It really depends on the market at the time and how quickly the agent thinks they can sell your home. So that's part of what we talk about, what a realistic referral is. And if we're going for one of the top agents in your area, which I advise, it might be harder to get to that 50% level. But we talk about that. What's important to you, and then we execute on your plan. So thanks. Looking forward to seeing you in the next module. Thanks, John McConnin, winnerscheck.com. our home sellers workshop.